Hi, good evening. Thank you so much for joining. I think we still have people joining. So it's five. We'll start a session as per our schedule. So before getting into the session, before telling about key turns about the speaker, let us all remind ourselves. Let's keep our microphones muted so that there is no hindrance while the speaker is covering some topics or something. And if he's playing some audio, if the mic is unmuted, it can be a disturbance to other participants. So let's ensure that our microphone is muted. If you have any questions anytime, you can post in the chat box. Appropriately, we'll be addressing the questions. Also, if the speaker wants you to unmute and ask the questions, you are free to do that. So I think most of you are familiar with Keyturns, and those who doesn't know what Keyturns does, Keyturns is an experiential travel company. We do trips under various categories like nature, offbeat, and adventure. We also do customized trips. The purpose of Keyturns is to make every travel experiential and sustainable. So that is what we intend. That is what we are intending to do. And myself, I am Vaiti. I was a radio jockey earlier, and I'm going to be the host of this evening. I do some podcast. In the name of Unspoken, the podcast is purely based on experiences and real life events. So let me keep that short. So today, Mr. Subramaniam sir is with us, who is going to be taking us through the Dawn Chorus. Subramaniam Shankar, he's an enthusiastic birder who is from Chennai. He's interested in natural history of India. To be specific, to keep it simple, environmental consciousness in general. When you discover your passion, you should have some starting point, right? Likewise, Subramaniam sir started his birding by seeing the birds around his apartments about 12 years ago. After that, eventually, he grew a very strong passion towards the birding, such that he wants to document the birds of South India first and cover all the 1,300 plus species of India later. He gradually grew interest towards the sounds of the birds. So he got himself trained at the Cornell Lab of Ornithology in USA, and now he runs a small bird club and owns a company that sells technology of bird call recording in India. Uh, so without any further delay, let me give the screen to Mr. Subramaniam. Welcome, sir. The screen is all yours.
Yeah, hello. Thank you for the kind introduction. Now let me, today's session will be a little unusual that you will not be seeing more of the pictures or photos of birds. Since it's going to be more of a bird sound, I want you to listen and not concentrate on the photos. So I will not be showing any photos in the beginning. So you will be listening to more to bird calls. And then maybe if somebody is wants to connect the bird calls with the photographs, then maybe I will try to show you some photos. So let me start the presentation. I'll just share my screen. And before I start, please all wear your headphones because most of the calls will be very high quality and most of the calls are recorded by me. But some birds which I don't have the calls, I borrowed it from somebody else. So welcome to the Dawn Chorus. You can call it a raga, morning raga of the birds. And this is just going to be a listening session without much of technicalities. And so you just have to just sit back and listen. At the end of which you have any questions, yeah, we will have, I'm pretty much sure that you will have a lot of questions. So we will take that at the end of the session. Okay. Here we go. Are you able to see my screen? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, yes.
Thank you. So, what is Dawn Chorus? I don't have to describe to you what is Dawn Chorus because it's just a what do you call an assortment of sounds which you can hear in the mornings. And listening to the birds can be a wonderful, uplifting experience, particularly the dawn chorus. They are so much to feast your ears on. It can be confusing too, because there are so many birds singing at the same time. See, one advantage of the current situation is that there are few vehicles on the road. So that means for many of us, it is a unique opportunity to listen to the bird songs without much background noise. And especially if you are staying outside Chennai, and you'll have a real feast early in the morning. Well, I don't know how many of you knew about the International Dawn Chorus Day. It is celebrated on every first Sunday of May. And this year it fell on the 3rd of May. And since then, across the world, there have been a lot of groups which have gone about recording the bird calls and in the mornings. And well, showing it to the audience and making them listen. We are now going to show a series of bird calls to help you get the grips of the songs that you are hearing around you. Let's listen to a dawn chorus. Can you hear this call? Is it audible?
Yeah, quite audible. Thank you.
Yes, sir, it is.
You don't have to recognize the birds that are singing and calling to enjoy the dawn chorus. Just try and get outside somewhere where you can hear even just few birds singing and spend a minute to really appreciate the sounds they are making. Focus on the speed, the pitch, the volume of the different noises that you're hearing. There might be an ashy prinia belting out its noisy song from the undergrowth, like this. or perhaps a white-browed wagtail. Purva Parekh, I have deliberately not given the names of the birds. So just listen to the bird calls. You will, by the end of the session, you will know the names. So names are not very important. You just have to listen to the calls and then we'll take it from that. See, if you're fortunate enough to be in an area with a really loud and varied dawn chorus, just immerse yourself in the whole experience. As I said, I'm repeating again, focus on the speed, the pitch, the volume of the different noises that you're hearing. Even if it is for a few minutes, if few birds are singing, just try to concentrate and close your eyes and try to listen and try to find where they are calling from. They may be calling from different directions, or they may be calling all at once. So it will be a big cacophony of noise. But the beginning, you don't have to worry about recognizing the birds or the names. You just have to immerse yourself in the whole experience. Now let's listen to one more bird, which you can hear normally in South India. This is the red-vented bulbul. Yeah. Now, this slide, it says mindfulness through bird song. Bird watching does have its own health benefits, and listening to bird song has even more health benefits once you get hooked to it. See, like I started my birding, as Vaidi said, about 12 years ago, and then I got hooked to it. And now I started recording bird calls, and it is like, it's immensely beneficial to your health. See, first of all, you will wake up very early in the morning, and you will go out into the sun, and you will be really getting a lot of sunlight and fresh air. And most of the time, it will be a solitary affair, maybe with a couple of friends. So it is very healthy. And you will also maintain the social distancing, and all that is taken care of in bird watching. So I suggest that you take up watching the birds and also listening to its calls. So as soon as possible, maybe you can go to your top of your apartment. In this lockdown, we can't go out. and try to spot whatever birds you can see, which I'm sure like you will see at least 20 species. And I know a lot of friends who keep themselves engaged by taking photographs of birds and watching those cycles of birds. They like raise their family, and the children go off, and they raise another family, they build the nest, and these are all excellently documented. And well, it is like they are all very busy in their own professions, but then this helps them to relieve their stress. So I would also suggest you also start watching the birds around your apartment or the home. And if you're very lucky, if you have a garden, then you will see even more birds. Yeah, we will see some of the common birds that are found around your in the city, and some which are maybe if you go a little further, you can see those birds. And we will listen to those songs. I will not be showing the photographs, and I will not telling you the names purposefully. But I'm sure by the end of this session, you will be able to identify the birds by on your own. Yeah. So two birds which you can find just outside the city or in some kind of a natural reserve forest. Yeah, these are the spotted dove and the laughing dove. They are not very difficult to tell apart. Once you listen to the calls, it will not be very difficult for you to actually not identify. See, spotted dove is a very low, what do you call, rumbling sound, and very pleasant to hear. It's like a cooing. Whereas laughing dove, yeah, as the name suggests, the call sounds like a laughing. And the laughing dove is also called as a little spotted brown dove. And both of these doves can be found around Chennai. Yeah, maybe if you travel about, not within the city. I have not seen them within the city, but just outside Chennai. Maybe I think some of you are living, see, beyond Chennai limits, city limits. They can definitely find them around their apartment, like OMR. And so let us listen to this call of the spotted dove, and then I will play the call of the laughing dove. And to remember these, you need to come up with some kind of a memory tool, normally called as a mnemonics. There are not many mnemonics for these, but perhaps you can come up with your own what do you call words. And after you listen, and you can come up with some kind of phrases, and then try to describe the calls in your own way. See, it doesn't matter what. So it's better to come up with a mnemonics in your own language, like in Tamil, or because there are a lot of mnemonics in English which may not be suitable to our country. And you can write down and maybe share it with us, and maybe we can, maybe if it is really good, the mnemonic, then we can really we can start using it. Now let's listen to the call of the spotted dove. Yeah, you can also try mimicking the call, like coo 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 coo. See, it's like a child may come up with quickly with a mnemonic, but as an adults, we have lost that ability, I feel. But I'm sure, so all of you are creative, so maybe you will come up with some way of remembering this. Now you can listen to the laughing dove. So it is a four syllable note. If you can just listen, the difference between the spotted dove and laughing dove, you will listen to it whenever you're going out for bird watching. It will be calling in the background. It is a very low pitched calls, which is unmistakable. You can't mistake with a spotted dove with a laughing dove. The calls, yeah, and so the laughing dove is really like it's laughing in a way, and spotted dove is just cooing, so it doesn't make. And you also have your rock pigeon found everywhere, and it has got a different call. I'm not playing the rock pigeon today, but maybe in a different program we'll just see. And next we are going to see two other familiar birds seen around Chennai. We are calling this program as Bird Song Fundas. So bird song fundamentals. So red-vented bulbul and red-whiskered bulbul are quite common around Chennai. If somebody wants to see, yeah, this is the spotted dove, and yeah, I have this is a little brown dove. This is a laughing dove, and yeah, this is the red-vented bulbul. A very compact little bird. During the lockdown, I find these birds within the city limits. Otherwise, I don't see them. Whenever there is a lockdown, there is a flock of red-vented bulbuls that comes and sits on top of my apartment. Otherwise, I don't see it. With a normal full traffic around, red-whiskered bulbul I have never seen in the city. It is always found in the wilderness, in small pockets of greenery. These are the two birds, the calls of which you're going to now listen to. Yeah, first let us listen to the red-vented bulbul. Yeah. It sounds like scolding, no? Red-whiskered bulbul is scolding. Come here. Are you coming? Come here or not? Come here or not? Well, these are my invention, but you can make up your own mnemonic. Both red-vented and red-whiskered are scolding.
Excuse me, sir. Sir? So what is the meaning of mnemonic?
Aditya,
Yes, sir.
microphone off.
Sir, I wanted to know what is the meaning of mnemonic.
Mnemonic is a way to remember the calls of the birds. You come up with some kind of a phrase. See it whenever you listen to some bird song. It's like for example, the red-whiskered bulbul you heard, no? See, I came up with this. It's like a scolding. Like, come here. Are you coming? Coming here? Come here or not? So you come up with some kind of an imaginary phrase, so that you will remember it later. So see, normally you tend to forget once you come out of this program. So that is a mnemonic. In
Okay.
Tamil, you want in Tamil? I have written it down somewhere. I was not sure if you will understand.
It's okay.
It's okay. You got it.
Yes, sir.
தமிழ்ல என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா அதுக்கு பேரு நினைவூட்டலுக்கு துணை புரியும் நினைவு குறிப்புகள். So this is in Tamil. Sorry, but there are maybe some people do not understand Tamil, but and I will have a separate program in Tamil. So we have seen the red-winged bulbul and red-whiskered bulbul. Yeah, another two common birds are the purple drum sunbird and purple sunbird. They are fairly common garden birds. Yeah, so this I think found in cities also very, very common. Purple sunbird is a little difficult, but purple sunbird are very plenty everywhere. So let us listen to the call of the purple drum sunbird. So the key is to distinguish these calls. No, you would have heard all these calls, but then whether it is a purple drum sunbird or a purple sunbird. So once you listen to it and make a way of identifying the calls, then you will not make mistake of identification, because sometimes these birds also call a little differently. There are variations. These are the typical calls of the birds, but sometimes it sings a little differently also. So then we are puzzled. So let us not, we'll forget about those cases. But normally the difference between a purple drum sunbird and a purple sunbird is like purple sunbird is a little in a hurry. It is more stressed. So if you call it a stressed sunbird, so it says it's very persistent. It's maybe its hormones are very more hormones in its body. It's angry. So you can distinguish between purple drum sunbird and purple sunbird this way. Purple sunbird is a little easier to. It is more carefree. It is more lighter. Okay, now let's see. Oh, I think it's now quiz time. So we are going to play some of the species we featured in our Birdsong Fundas series. How many do you recognize? We will give you answers at the end. So let's give it a go. Close your eyes and listen carefully. You should have heard, you will hear 3 species. Now for the second.
Sir.
Wait, Aditya.
Yes, sir.
You can use your chat box. I will need the name of all the 3 birds, not just one. In the order 1, 2, 3. So did you get them all? You should have heard 3 species.
Sir, I recognize the first one, but I'm not sure of the second and third.
Yeah, it is laughing dove, red-whiskered bulbul, and purple-drum sunbird. That's correct. I think
Yes,
most
sir.
of you got it correct. Aditya, use the chat box. We'll talk in the end.
Okay.
So we have to go through a lot of slides. Okay, well done. We hope you recognize the species. Now let's go to the quiz 2. There's one more quiz. So let's listen to the first call. Very familiar. It's very stressed little bird. Sometimes somebody, they have told me that is a black color bird. It is not black exactly. Okay, I think purple drum sunbird and spotted dove. These are the answers for this quiz. I hope you got it correct. Okay, I think no rock dove. Who's written rock dove? There's no rock dove. Okay, I think it's purple rumped and spotted dove. Now let's move on to the next one. So we are going to see 3 common prinias around Chennai. So the first one you already heard. I didn't give you the name, but it's a very common persistent bird. It's the ashy prinia. Yeah, and the plain prinia and the jungle prinia. These are the 3 common prinias found around Chennai. These are mostly found around the reed beds and near the marshes. And see, the calls are all little different. You're not looking at the bird now. You're not seeing the photographs. So you're only trying to identify the birds by their calls. So that is a little tricky. It'll take some time. So it cannot be done overnight. So it took me a very long time to identify the birds by calls. See, when I started my bird watching journey around 12 years ago, see, all the birds were looking the same. So it was very difficult. I could not recognize the birds around my apartment. And slowly, one by one, I tried to observe them. I tried to sketch them. I tried to color them. And then slowly, I tried to recognize their calls. And see, it'll take some time for you to actually get to know the bird calls. And once you start going out for bird watching, I think within 6 months or so, you may be able to recognize at least some 20 to 30 species of birds. Now let's listen to this ashy prinia. It is a relentless bird. It will just keep on calling. It's full of energy. Always sits on top of the grass, the reeds. So this is the ashy prinia that you heard, and next we're going to hear the plain prinia. The Ashiprinia is more of the bossy type. It will hold on to its territory and it will try to challenge you. Plain Prinia is more like a docile bird. And the third one is a jungle Prinia. Again, it's an unmistakable call. You cannot make mistakes with jungle Prinia call. So you heard the jungle Prinia call. It's like it's a slightly variant of the Ashiprinia, but it's like a double call. It's like it's trying to maybe what do you call? There is a double levels of calls in that notes. Yeah, somebody has said plain Prinia sounds like a laser gun shooting 3 to 4 lasers at a time. I couldn't hear Ashiprinia. Well, I think there's no problem with the network here. Everybody is getting it. Maybe it's problem at your end. Maybe you should switch on the network from Airtel to maybe Jio or something. Yeah, it does sound like a laser gun. That's a good description. But there are many birds which sound like laser gun shooting. And you are listening to it with your headphones. So maybe in the real life, there will be other calls also. Maybe there will be a lot of noise behind you. So it is not very difficult. It is very difficult for you to actually identify the birds on the field by their calls. And sometimes you'll get whether it's Ashiprinia or a jungle Prinia or a plain Prinia. So these are the three. This is just an introduction so that you get familiar with these sounds. So once you go out in the field, maybe you will try to identify and maybe remember the calls and then get it correctly. Yeah, now we come to another 2 species of birds which you can commonly find outside Chennai. This is the common ayaro. It's a very beautiful, melodious calls it has got. And also wood shrike also has got a very common ayaro we already heard in the beginning. So let me play the wood shrike call first. This call is recorded in within the city only, inside a reserve forest. It's called the Nanmangalam Reserve Forest. So you could also hear a call of a common ayaro in this. Okay, I think this one is started. This is you can hear a common ayaro calling. Yeah, this is a common ayora. This is a male bird, and this is a wood shrike. Very beautiful calls. Now let's go to the next one. Yeah, the mindful minute. So what happens? See, when you go outside, shut your eyes and immerse yourself in the soundscape. If there are any birds singing, you may find after a while they are starting to sound familiar. So even if they are not familiar, there's no worry. You just focus on the nature of the sounds that you're hearing. Are they high or low pitched? Are they fast or slow in tempo? Or they are thin and squeaky, or rich or fluty? They are repetitive or varied. So just close your eyes and take one mindful minute. You are listening to the same recording again and again because there are many birds in this. So we will, at the end of this session, we will come to, we will recognize what are the birds other than Ayora. The Ayora is the main bird singing. There are other birds are singing in the background. Well done. You have, we have almost like listened to a couple of very good melodious calls, and I'm sure you will be remembering all those. Maybe you are not put it down on paper or something, but you will be mentally like classifying them. And next time, I'm sure that next time you go out for bird watching or somewhere you go out, I'm sure you will be actually trying to listen to those calls and trying to identify them. Yeah, these are some very common birds. This is a house crow and large-billed crow. Both these are available in plenty in the city because most of them are scavengers. They are around garbage and meat dumps, and we also feed them at homes. So let's listen quickly. I think we should come up with some kind of a mnemonic so that we can describe those calls in some words. This is an unusual call that I recorded. The same large-billed crow that you see everywhere. In Tamil, it is called Andangaka. Yeah. Now we come to another pair of birds, which is the Indian robin and the Oriental magpie robin. Oriental magpie robin is a songster, and it is very difficult because every time it changes its songs. It has got a wide variety of songs, and sometimes it is very difficult to. It is quite puzzling, and you will get confused. But most of the time, it sings very normal calls like this. It is a bird, country bird of Bangladesh, It wakes up very early in the morning. Yeah, Darshana has said that I figured what mnemonic worked for me. It's Bharatanatyam based on the spacing. Ditam, ditam, nice, very nice. Like that. Aditya, you should come up with something. It is not very difficult between Indian and Oriental Magpie Robin. Indian Robin is a very plain sounding bird. Oriental Magpie Robin is like T.M. Krishna or some Carnatic singer whom you like. Yeah, another bird is very commonly found is a pied bush chat. Yeah, just try to remember the names and the call. So we will connect the call and the bird, the visual of a bird later. This is a very small bird, mostly black. It has got some white under its wings, on the side of the wings. It is the size of like I say a sparrow, bigger than a myna size, maybe smaller than a myna. Yeah, now we will see this is a white-browed bulbul. Just to just to take away the monotony, I just thought I will play a video. This is how it makes a real cacophony, absolutely meaningless calls. It's always a big racket. Yeah, now we will go to the next one. Yeah, if somebody is interested, they can do this quiz. Let's see what the first call is. Yeah, this is unmistakable Prenia, which you cannot make mistake. One of the three Prenias called realism. It has got a twang, a double. a double noted call. And this is, yeah. This is another common bird. There is nice melodious call. This is not the common iota. Yeah. Yeah. All the three calls are very easy. The first is a jungle prinia, the second is a common wood shrike, and the third is a large-billed crow. So how many? I think everybody should have got it correct. Okay. First is a jungle prinia, the second is a common wood shrike, and third is a large-billed crow. Yeah, we'll go to the next quiz. Okay. Yeah, the first two are a little tricky. The first is the pied butchart, and second is the Oriental magpie robin. The third one is a house crow. I hope you all got it correctly. Yeah, I think most of you have got it. It is not common crow, it is house crow. Oh, there's one more quiz. Yeah, this is a cacophony sound. It has got a white brow. So white browed bulbul. Okay, white browed bulbul and another prinia. Yeah. See, I think everybody is listening, getting all the questions correct, or I think most of the answers are correct. See, the names are not very, what do you call, important. So you're connecting the bird and you're able to recognize the call. See, Indian magpie robin is Indian robin. Okay, you cannot, it's all right. It's Indian robin and plain prinia and the white browed bulbul. These are the three birds. I think all of you, most of you have got it correctly. Now, can we see this? What are the calls? Birds are found in this call. This is one is a common iora. This is calling now. This is still the common iora. You can hear. Behind you can hear an Asian quail. Still the common iora. Yeah, you can hear a white browed bulbul. You can hear a house crow. And there is a purple drum sunbird. Yeah, there's again a purple drum sunbird. White browed bulbul. Yeah, common iora. You can hear a spotted dove. It's a common arrow and a purple drum sunbird. You can hear red-vented bulbul. You can hear a common tailor bird, spotted dove, red-vented bulbul, a parakeet, rosing parakeet. Yeah, that's a white-browed bulbul making a racket. Spotted dove, common ayura, white-browed bulbul. Spotted dove again. Common tailor bird, Asian quail, spotted dove. So that is a soundscape. You call it a soundscape. So it has like I recorded this for about 5 minutes or so. So luckily, I think it was during the last lockdown, and not many birds, not many sounds from the outside. This is right in the city, in the heart of the city. I recorded from the Nanmangalam Reserve Forest. So I might have missed a couple of birds, like the Oriental Mackley Robin, and somebody has suggested some other name, Ashiprinia. So yeah, this is a very common bird. You can see it around your home. It is one of the most, what do you call, somebody was saying it's like a laser gun.
It's 6 o'clock.
Not very hard to identify the call, but it has got a very wide range of calls. So here is actually, it's a couple. Maybe they are trying to establish some territory and nesting. So it gives out, these are all recorded around my apartment. Yeah, most vociferous, it muffles other bird calls. Yes, it is very loud, high pitched. And it's also very territorial, highly aggressive. Considered as pests in Australia. They are trying to exterminate it. But luckily in India, there's nothing sort of that. Like it's found plenty everywhere. Yeah, this is another migratory bird which comes to Chennai during the migratory season. One of the most beautiful birds. It's called the Indian pitta. See, it travels towards Sri Lanka. So during the passage, both inward and outward, it touches Chennai and around Chennai. Normally, you can find it in Theosophical Society, in IIT, Gindi National Park, and sometimes at homes, it lands very exhausted, and it calls exactly between 5:45 to 6:15 in the morning and evening, generally. So you can be ready to hear these calls between 5:45. When it is 5:45, you start listening, and it will call. It will go up to 6:10, 6:15, and not beyond that. Similarly, in the mornings, is one of the most beautiful birds. A very small bird, very colorful. Yeah, another call, I'm not sure because some people may not be able to hear this because very high pitched call. It's a very common bird. This is the normal call of the Jordan's bushlark. It's a very small bird found in the grassland, and its call is very distinctive call it has got. Of course, it has got so many other variations, but this is a general common call of a Jordan's bushlark. See, this is only to familiarize you with all the sound bird calls. I have got about 30 species. I think we are almost come to the end of it. So we will listen to the common tailor bird, which you can find everywhere, even in the cities, in the small gardens. So you can hear it always. It will not stop, it will go on like this. Yeah, this is a very, again, familiar bird. Commonly called the peacock. These are small birds, the size of a hen, probably, female hen. Although the name is gray francolin, it will be slightly brownish, ochre color, and the color of the sand. And generally, it's a partridge family, and you can find them aplenty in cities. Wherever there is an open land, you can find them. A very distinctive call. We cannot mistake it. Yeah, somebody was, I think, shared a video of a woodpecker yesterday tapping the wind. So this is the call of a black rump. It doesn't call often. It calls only just when it lands. So it is very difficult to record the call. And most of the call are very short. Just when it lands, it will call and then it will be silent. Yeah, luckily there are two calls in this recording. Yeah, it will make one call when it lands, and that's it. It will not call again. So it will be busy feeding, and then again it will fly off to the next tree. Then again it will call once or twice, maybe. It's a very common bird in the cities also. It actually breeds in the city. Yeah. This is another bird which you can find near the water bodies. Tamil it is called as Alkati Paravai. Yeah, there is actually a very famous mnemonic. Did you do it? It's called as a did you do it bird. Did you do it? Yes, did you do it? See, I have tried to cover some of the common birds. You may not be able to identify them after you just go out of this program, but we will actually try to meet you once in a while and maybe weekends, so that we can take you through in a more leisurely way. This is just to give you a feel of how the bird calls are, and so you cannot like expect that tomorrow you will be able to recognize all the calls, but at least you will be start listening to the calls and maybe keep a note of it. How many notes are there? What is the pitch? What is the tempo? And how even is a call? How long is a call? So when does it call? So all these things you start observing. See, bird watching generally, I mean, you try to increase your observation. When you start noting all the fine details of a bird, and then try to remember all those calls, I think it will do wonders to you. And if you go out, I think once in a while, once a week or so, will be a fantastic thing. Even at 3 a.m., suddenly it may get aggressive and scream. Yes, laughing is what we typically hear at night. No, it's not like that. See, it is like when it's getting alarmed, it will give an alarm call. It's mostly we have to close by 6:15 a.m. There's another session at 6:25. Okay, what time is it now? Yeah, we have running short of time, so I think we will quickly go through. This is a call of a shikra. This is actually a small eagle-like bird. Yeah, this is a very common bird. This is called the Asian quail. Another common bird is a white-throated kingfisher. This is very common. It will come to your apartment wherever there is some kind of a prey, not necessarily near water. We find this inside the city also. But the common kingfisher is not a common bird. It is not common. It's a small bird which you can find near water bodies. Very beautiful. And calls are also very beautiful, usually found in pairs. And this is a normal call song, and this is an alarm call of a common bird. Yeah, this is an alarm call when somebody is coming near, so it's like alarm. This is an alarm call of a common kingfisher. Yellow-billed babbler is also a familiar bird. I think there was some discussion on the Seven Sisters. This is a babbler. Yeah, we've come to the end of this black drongo and ashy drongo. I will just play the black drongo. Ashy drongo is a migrant. And black drongos mimic a lot of birds calls, including shikra, including many other birds. So it's an excellent mimic. I think with that, we have come to the end of this program. I have some more quiz, but then we'll just skip the quiz.
Yeah. Thank you so much, sir. I think it takes a lot of efforts to record and showcase all these dawn chorus in this session, in an online session. So thank you so much for.
So I think we have overshot the time. Maybe I think we should just wind up. So one last piece of there is a very famous quotation which says that if you lose touch with nature, you lose touch with humanity. This is by the famous philosopher Jiddu Krishnamurti. So I actually request you, all of you, to get out of your homes and start doing some bird watching. And in case you want to contact me, this is my contact details. You can kindly note my number. You can WhatsApp me. I think with that, we come to the end of the show. Thank you for joining this session. I hope you liked it. Yes, Mr. Vaidi.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Yeah, it was really useful, and I think the mornings will be different from now after this session, and so it takes a lot of time to recognize the birds and their calls. Also in Keytons, we were doing some bird walks inside Chennai, and also we were trying to arrange trips regarding birding. Probably after the lockdown, we will resume with that within Chennai, and also we can do in different other destinations which are really useful for birding. So I'll give you the link of our website here in the chat box. You can have a look on the trips that we have. Also, we do other nature trails as well. This is our old website, and also this is our upgraded new website. We are yet to update our trips there. You can have a look at them. Also, we have exclusively few packages for birding. You can also have a look at it. So we are connected in a WhatsApp group. It is not necessary to leave that group. You may stay connected in that group so that we can have some discussion regarding the birding in the days comes. So we'll be looking forward to do birding trips. Of course, Subbu sir will be guiding us. Will be walking us through. Probably after the lockdown. For now, it is mandatory to stay safe, stay confined inside the home. So after the trip, then definitely we'll be getting outside, as he said, get out of the home, and we'll do some bird walking. And kindly share the feedback about the session, in our WhatsApp group, or you can share it in this window as well.
Thank you so much.
Easy for us to.
Thank you so much, Mr. Subramaniam, Vaiti, everybody.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, and I think we have spent some good time, good evening, productive evening, I guess. See you all in the next session. We'll be doing more. Yeah. So thanks.
Is there a recording of the session?
Yeah, I think so. Sanjeev, there's a recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll be sharing the link.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
We'll try.
Great session, Subbu. Thanks.
Thank you.
I hear all these birds during my daily walk. But,
yeah,
I recognize them. But I take photos, but now I have to listen to the calls.
Yes, you can connect the photos with the sounds.
Yes.
And it's an awesome session. So it's a first time experience.
Yeah, we'll have more sessions. Like if you're interested, you just WhatsApp me. We'll see, or you get in touch with Keaton, so they will.
Sure.
They can host another show. Sorry, we are just running out of time. Maybe I overshot the time. So.
Yeah, okay, definitely, Subramaniam. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, this is Arvind Madhu. My son wants to speak to say something. He's really shy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah, what are you saying, Aditya? Oh, thank you. Great. Thanks for joining. Hope you liked it.
Bye.
Great. Thanks for joining.
Bye.
Join in our next session also. Bye.
Okay.
Good.